We up and I'm feeling like a new me. Stacking new sets, some new E. NFTs, all of them you need. Back in my zone like 2-3. All time high, hit a new peak. Let's go. Homie, the Bulls is back. I said the Bulls is back. Cheer.
GM and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we have updates on Kujira. Massive airdrop came yesterday after I was done filming. We've got a Beam update for the gaming heads and also Neo Tokyo and Superverse as well. So three major talking points to go over. Let's jump on in. If you're new here, do subscribe to the channel. Check out the link down below as well for a NordVPN. You're going to need one, so you may as well join up with my link and help a brother out. So quick start here on Total 3. This is the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So it is the altcoin index, if you will. As you can see from the green line on the chart there, that was an uptrend that we started to track at around $325 billion. We seem to be putting in a nice bit of a rounded bottom there. And subsequently to this, around October and particularly now in November, the altcoins have had a real boom here. You would have noticed this. And if you track data such as the stable coins on DeFi Llama, you can see we are now in a positive sum environment. And if you then dial that down into specific chains, you can see the chains that are outperforming, the likes of your Sols, Arbitrums, and ETH mainnet. But as we can see here, for this monthly candle of November, a nice big green one, which is a clear now breakout from this previous kind of range that we were in below 400 billion. We're now at 409. My target here, somewhere around 450, 460, lines up with a few confluences across the year 2021, and the highs put in around July of 2022. So I think there's still some nice room to go here before maybe any major pullbacks, as we're starting to see capital come in off the sidelines. And of course, we have a huge narrative with the Bitcoin spot ETF likely to be approved around January the 10th as well. So hopefully a nice fat Santa rally into all of that. But moving on to Kuji here to start off with. So we had an update yesterday, but there's been even more going on overnight as well. And I didn't actually include this one because I'd filmed early in the morning. But essentially, when I was checking through my account over on Orca, which is the liquidation engine of Kujira, I noticed a very nice fill had come in. And this in essence allowed me to buy at that blue line you can see on screen there around $2.65. So you place your bids to buy liquidations on Orca at set percentages. I think I had mine on like a 9-10% discount or something. I can't specifically remember, but that is the kind of area I usually bid around. And that got a fill, which means people were liquidated, levering up their Kuji positions. I placed some stablecoin bids at the ready in USK. And so when those individuals got liquidated, we were there as the backstop to stop a cascade from occurring, and we were able to buy below the market price. Hence, price on the main exchange never went down to 265, but I got filled at 265. So you're buying the dip with an additional dip factored in. It is an absolute money printer. Orca, well, we'll do an update around the start of 2024 for anyone who's new to the channel, but we have videos on all of these protocols and how to use them on the channel. Just give it a search on my YouTube channel. You will find a plethora of info. And as we can see, it has now reversed away from the lows, now up to around $3.50 as of this morning. So those dip buys very heavily in profit already. So just looking at the chart here over on Fin, you can see major reversal, bids starting to come in above $3 now. If you go through the actual order book here, there's some decent sized orders now appearing on this particular pairing. Of course, there are three stablecoin pairings for Kuji. We have Axelar USDC, we have USK, which is the over collateralized stablecoin of Kujira, and we have just plain old USDC as well. But my advice here would be to familiarize yourself with what is going on, how to use these tools, because you're able to scoop up huge discounts to the market price. So if you want to instantly arbitrage that, you just sell it back to the market. I haven't even sold mine because mine was more of a strategy. If I want to DCA some more Kuji, and if I can buy at a greater discount, I will sell these coins a lot higher. We're talking double digits. And we even got a quoted tweet on my one here from Codehands, who is one of the main men deving away at Kujira, saying, without comment, presenting this data here, you can see all these liquidations liquidations came in around the 26th of November. Some absolutely huge ones. And you can see the gains being posted on these purchases at this time. So loads of liquidations have come in as of late. I dare say this will continue as we're going to have perps coming online for Kujira as well, which I believe will filter into Orca. Could get really crazy. Then one of the reasons for the pump up in the Kujira price is due to the fact we've had another airdrop. So in the last 2 weeks, we've had Unstake Fi, or Nutsack as we like to call it, airdropped to us. 100% of that supply came to Kuji stakers, and then we had Plankton yesterday as well, which has dropped a massive 60% of their total supply to Kuji stakers. So if you are staking, here are some of the details. The 90-day revenue for stakers now up to $10 million, an estimated APR of around 28 to 29% on a token that is already fully out there invested. There are no more Kujira emissions coming to the market, so your staking percentage is your fixed proportion of all the fees coming through the network. So Plankton, what is it? Create your own raffles and giveaways with user-defined parameters, i.e. you can set up your strategy for a raffle and then this will do all the hard lifting for you. If we just scroll down on this, tokenomics, 60% to Kuji stakers, 20% to the team, 20% to operations. 99 million was the Plankton total supply, and you need to stake the Plankton token for fee share. 100% of the fees created by Plankton are given to the stakers. Bit of a UI hint here, as you can see down below, and it says creators can quickly create custom raffles and giveaways, connect your wallet, build your prize pool, enter various ticket details, hit create, Plankton handles the rest. So super intriguing to see this thing go live. And just to the right, if I point your attention here, Plank is 100% rev share. Ticket sales equals 5% fee directly to Plank stakers, earning them a basket of assets. Plankton is food for whales. Love to see it. Let's just check in with the price on this. As you can see, the airdrop did hit yesterday, big red candle, as a lot of people just dump their airdrops. They haven't learned from Unstake, they haven't learned from Manta, and these airdrops typically do punish the early sellers. As you can see, people were selling yesterday for like 1.5 pence. It's now up to 4.6 cents, somewhere around a $4.4 million market cap on this one. So Kuji stakers continue to eat, and having money literally shit on them. Moving on to an update at Impostors and Neo Tokyo. So super news coming out of Superverse and Impostors here. Thrilled to welcome Rick Ellis as new head of studio. So I did give this a listen. I dropped the alpha that this interview was coming earlier in the week. So hopefully some of you were able to front run said news. And what essentially the TLDR from this 40-minute interview is Rick Ellis has bags of experience. He basically created Steam. He's been in charge of multiple game studios that have created 9 figures of revenue. And so Impostors is in a very safe pair of hands with this guy. Elio and Becca have obviously headhunted the best they could find, and this guy is going to bring Impostors to the masses. He understands the industry. I have no doubts this game is going to be a banger. Impostors Blood, the in-game currency, now ticking on up nicely, up 28% since the interview took place, pushing towards the kind of local highs that it's seen recently. If I just go on to a better chart here, on a weekly time frame, you can see that this thing has a very long, elongated bottom there, but it's starting to put in some nice weekly candles here. And if we were to fill some of these wicks here, the first target, the kind of weekly candle close, 590% up. And if we do fill that ultimate wick from the start, back at TGE, 1,536% away. So potential crazy numbers there on the screen, but as we know with gaming coins, once the actual gameplay loop starts up, if there is good utility for the coin and the game is well adopted, then these things can go and do some crazy digits. Now I know a few eagle-eyed people had seen that blockchain bets was the coin being accumulated by the likes of Becca and also Pentoshi, and here seems to be the reason. So he says, honestly had to hold off on this one, but now it's flying past a non-micro cap. Here it is, and blockchain bets are the first kind of betting platform to join Neo Tokyo. So that is quite an intriguing one, a totally different market sector joining into Neo Tokyo and being part of the Citadel. I wonder if this will mean we get some betting applications tied to some of the gaming projects as well. That'll be a pretty cool crossover of narratives. If we look at the Neo Tokyo Citizens, the S1s here, some big sales continue to pour in. Of course, we have all these founders buying in early. I really do think that the NFT values overall, literally they're just a meme because highly illiquid supplies. Many people have already locked their NFTs up for 12, 24 months even. And so we can start to see some 18, 20 ETH purchases in here, but I do think this thing goes a lot higher due to illiquidity and the fact once people start to make money in other sectors of the market, the NFTs will go crazy, and this is a low float NFT collection like 2,500 S1 Citizens only. Now the final update of the video here is around Beam. So build on Beam. This is from Merit Circle. This is their AVAX subnet that they are hosting a load of games on and building games on top of. So this to me is now an infrastructure play and should be repriced over time to the kind of infrastructure levels of other tokens, which all seeming to be in multiples of billions. Now this isn't about the price on this thing, although it is ticking up nicely. If we just go here, Beam Swap, they have their own bridging and swapping protocols directly on the Beam chain. As we can see currently on Beam Swap, you can only swap between AVAX, USDC, and RST, which is Rainy. Now this one has been on the radar here as Icebags, who is the owner of Kangpai Pandas, who are pretty much becoming a UFC brand at this point. He's been bigging them up like crazy, and I wouldn't fade this. He says Rainy Studios, something is brewing. This one's really started to tick up here, but it's only tradable on the Beam Swap platform. Current market cap around $35 million. But when you look at what this is, it's a full gaming studio with tons of different games being built on top of it, partnered with the likes of Epic Game Store, with Merit Circle, and others. So I am highly bullish on this. Ava Labs are also involved as well, and they have this trading card game called Lords of Light. As they say here, with gameplay that can be described as Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh!, Lords of Light is easy to play but difficult to master. TCG, trading card games, typically can do crazy numbers if well adopted, and so this is almost like an entry ticket into multiple of games. The RST token will be behind all the different games that they drop through their studio. So this is Beam Swap interface, looks nice and neat like Uniswap but a bit sexier. We'll have to do a tutorial video on this to show you guys how to use it. I'll try and get that done in the next few days, as there's probably a lot of alpha here, as some of these new games that are built on Beam are only trading on here. And as we've seen previously, when things are difficult to buy, most people are way too lazy to bother to buy them. And that often means alpha for those who are early to adopt. So there is the swapping area. If we just go over to Bridge, you can bridge your funds in from the likes of ETH mainnet and Avalanche into Beam. You'll need Beam as the gas on this network, so I think it'll probably be easiest to have Beam on ETH and then bridge that over and utilize that as your currency on the network really. But as I say, I'll do a tutorial on this one and we'll try and get ahead of the masses and the herd that will arrive into crypto gaming in 2024. So drop me a comment down below. What do you like about these various projects? Do you want me to keep with the updates as well? Because these are some of my bigger bets in the market right now, and I do intend to cover them in depth, as I think that is the best way to get the most out of the markets. Concentrate on specific categories, learn everything about them, and see the good stuff before it actually crops up and becomes more mainstream. Check out the link to the VPN provider down below, help me out. And of course, keep yourself safe online. As we know, lots of scams out there in crypto. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Now a quick shill from me, we don't do this very often, but NordVPN, you're going to need a VPN, and Nord offers the most comprehensive packages here, and the one I've pulled out here is the threat protection package. So with this, you have things like anti-tracking, anti-malware, stops you from downloading malicious stuff. And I think this is very important for your trading device, maybe your laptop if you're using that for crypto related purposes. There's too many scams in the market right now. You can't always be 100% vigilant. And so you need something that is scanning stuff for you and has your back. Maybe if you're a bit tired, for example, clicking the wrong button could get your wallet drained. This is definitely a good first step for protection. And obviously having a VPN is also very important. Myself in the UK here, geo-blocked from many different DeFi sites right now, which is kind of ridiculous. So you have to have a VPN anyway. So highly likely you're going to buy a VPN at some point. Check this one out, link down below. Of course, that will help me out if you do purchase through that link. End of shill.